What's up, Heat Seekers? I am Sleep Seeker Joe Otis from joeislit.com, new dad, with my son born on Christmas Day, and welcome to today's edition of Lit Picks. We have a great week for you coming up. Sorry, this is pretty much procrastinated right now in the last minute. I should have gotten the banners up sooner. I'm running solo today. We have week 17. I am back. My watch has ended. We have a great show in store for you today. Mike had sent in his picks to me, and I'm just going to read them out to you. I'll make this quick today because the games are already starting right now, but we'll see what we got for you. So just to refreshing you with the rules, if you pick an underdog that is that's a 6 point and higher underdog outright, you get 5 points for that. If you pick the underdog outright, you get 4 points. If you pick the spread, you get 3 points. And if you pick the over-under, you get 2 points. Picking a favorite will get you 1 point. And if Joe and Mike pick the same outcome, the tiebreaker for the points is the over-under. If there's a tiebreaker, the losing team will get 1 point. I will get the first pick since I won back in week 9 and week 8. I haven't lost in a really long time. So we'll get this going right now for you. And the first game we'll discuss is the Atlanta Falcons at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think that it's pretty interesting that Dan Quinn will keep his job for next year. I think Mike agrees with me on that one. But I can see like Jameis on one end go throwing over 4 touchdown passes and, probably throwing for 4 interceptions like usual. My spread pick will be to take the Buccaneers and pick them because I can still see that Jameis Winston will probably still have a great day. I think that, maybe that might be a little bit premature to have confidence in Dan Quinn. He hasn't really done well this year, but they have played for him towards the end. I like what they have going in Tampa Bay. I can see Jameis Winston getting that extension. So my pick's going to be take the Buccaneers, as a pick 'em today. And Mike's going to go the other way. He's going to take the Falcons as a pick 'em. And, so we'll move on forward from that. The next pick is the Chicago Bears at the Minnesota Vikings. My spread pick will be take the Vikings plus 3.5. I think that if you look back at last year, you remember how the Vikings ruined the Bears season at the end there, and the Bears ruined the Vikings season at the end there, and I can see that the Vikings will get some revenge on the Bears. I say take the Vikings plus 3.5, even though this is a game that really does not matter to them. I still think that they will be. I still think that the Vikings will win the game. They're home, so. Mike's going to go the other way, though. He says take the Bears on the money line at 162. So we'll move on from there. So the next one is the Cleveland Browns at the Cincinnati Bengals. This is kind of a garbage game that no one really cares about unless you're a fan of either team. The Bengals clinched the first pick in the draft for next year. So my spread pick is to take the Browns minus 1.5. I'm going to take the Browns minus 1.5. Mike's not going to pick a score in this one. He's going to take the over at 43. And the next game is the Green Bay Packers at the Detroit Lions. My spread pick is to take the Packers minus 13. I mean, 13 is a lot of points to lay. But, look, I just definitely feel that, the Green Bay is going to want to go Green Bay is going to want to go into the playoffs here, going on a roll. I forgot to call Mike to see who he would want to pick for the over and under. So I'll let him pick. I'll let him text me whoever he wants here. Once again, I'm a little bit last minute on this. I do apologize, fans. I'm trying to get my feet into the water again with these picks. And, being a new dad, I've been up for 3 hours in the middle of the night here. So I'm going to see if Mike can let me know what he wants for the over-under in this game. I'll let him pick that one. Mike, if you're watching, if you can text me, who do you want for the over-under in the Bears? Packers, Lions at 43.5. Moving forward. Now we have the Los Angeles Chargers at the Kansas City Chiefs. My spread pick is to take the Chargers plus 9.5. I think that everyone thinks that the Chiefs are going to stop the Chargers, which is most likely probably going to happen. But the thing is that these games, they never work out the way you want to. So I think that the Chiefs are going to win, but I think that 9.5 is a lot of points to give up. So I'm saying take the Chargers plus 9.5. And Mike's saying take the Chiefs on the money line. He's going a little bit safe on this one at minus 400. I agree with him on that one. I think the Chiefs are going to win the game. And the next one is the Miami Dolphins, the New England Patriots. This is a game that's probably going to be really boring to watch. I say take the Patriots minus 16.5. I mean, that's definitely a lot of points to give up. Crazy amount of points to give up. So, and I think Mike's going the opposite direction. So he's going to take the Dolphins plus 16.5. The reason why I want to take the Dolphins plus 16.5 is that earlier in the season when they played, the Dolphins did cover. So, I mean, they covered this time. I think it's the Patriots going to cover. I think they want to silence the critics. They want to put on a good message going into the playoffs, getting a bye in the first round, hopefully. By stopping the Dolphins today, I think they'll win by 3 touchdowns. It's my prediction. All right, so moving forward, the next game we have is going to be the Jets versus the Buffalo Bills. And for this game, I'm going to take the spread will be take the Jets -1. And just to get points, I'm saying take the Jets -1, and Mike agrees with me. And we'll see who Mike wants for the spread in this one, too. Over-under is going to be for 37. Since I screwed that up and didn't really do a good job of letting him, of going live before he asked him the question, I'll let him take whatever he wants for that one. But maybe it'll help him. And moving forward, the next game is the New Orleans Saints and the Carolina Panthers. My spread pick is to take the Saints -14, and I say take the Saints on the money line -835. I think that 14 points is a ton of points to give up. Mike's going to go on the opposite direction, kind of. He says take the Saints -13.5. He has confidence in them. I think Drew Brees is starting today. So, I mean, the Panthers aren't really playing for much. I think Will Greer is starting, so they've been pretty bad towards the end there. They look pretty good in the middle of the season, Kyle Allen, but he's got bench for Will Greer. And, will they move on from Cam Newton? Who knows? I think that it would probably be smart to stick with Cam because, I mean, they really don't have much of an answer quarterback, waiting in the wings. So, on to the next game, down to the 4 o'clock games where things get more interesting. So, we have the Arizona Cardinals at the Los Angeles Rams. They're going to be closing down the LA Coliseum today. My spread pick is to take the Rams -7. I can say they will go out in a big statement when they move into their new stadium in 2020. So I'd say take the Rams -7. Mike's going to say take the Rams in the money line at -315. And the next one is the Indianapolis Colts at the Jacksonville Jaguars. And my spread pick would be to take the Jaguars +6. I can see, look, Doug Marrone's probably going to get fired tomorrow. Everyone knows that. So I definitely think that maybe the team isn't going to want to play for him. Tom Coughlin already fired. I say take the Colts on the money line at -278. The Colts, on the other hand, have Frank Reich. Maybe he wants to go out on a good, with a good effort at the end there. So Mike's going to say take the Colts -6. So I can see the game being close between the division rivals. So we'll see how it moves forward from there. So the next game will be the Oakland Raiders and the Denver Broncos. The Raiders are somehow still in contention for the playoff spot for the 6th seed. And it's like I can see everything going right for the Raiders, but them actually losing to the Broncos outright at the end there. So they need 5 things to happen. My spread pick will be take the Raiders +3.5. I'm actually going to pick the dog in this one. Take the Raiders on the money line at +170. Mike's going the opposite direction. He likes Drew Lock. He likes those Broncos. So he's saying take the Broncos on the money line at 200. So maybe at some point in the future, they will be, the Broncos might be getting their quarterback that they know will lead them to, the promised land, hopefully, and their defense is always pretty good. Now, here's the game I'm looking forward to. The Philadelphia Eagles at the New York Giants. My spread pick will be take the Eagles -3.5. I think that they're going to win the game outright, but I think they want to go into the playoffs, with a good, putting their best foot forward, maybe silencing some of the critics there. I think Carson Wentz has been doing very well lately. Listen, he's really not really throwing to any of the superstars. There's no Alshon Jeffrey. There's no Deshaun Jackson. I mean, this has been spoken about ad nauseum. He has Greg Ward in there. He has, Josh Perkins, some people I've never heard of. He's only really throwing to Dallas Goedert. Plus, he also has Zach Ertz out today. So hopefully we'll see a big game here from Miles Sanders. And I think that the Eagles will win, -3.5 to getting Jordan Howard back today. Mike's going the opposite direction. He's saying take the Giants +3.5. I think it's going to be a close game. That would be pretty much, it'll be like a kick in the stomach to pick the Giants win today for us Eagles fans. But I got my hat on. I got my Christmas present, my new Kelly Green Eagles sweatshirt that my wife got me. So, hopefully Eagles will represent today. Moving forward, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Baltimore Ravens. And my spread pick will be to take the Ravens and to pick them. And Mike agrees with me. We're both taking the Ravens in this game. I think RG3 is going to have a good game here for some reason. I don't know why, but I mean, the Ravens are going to be sitting some of their top players. But I think RG3, maybe he wants to show off that he still has some fuel left in the tank. Since I picked the games last week as the winner, I will get the over-under in this one. I'm going to say I'm going to take the over 36.5. All right, on to the next game. We have the Tennessee Titans at the Houston Texans. Now, this game is going to be a game that I think that will be closer than a lot of people are expecting. Deshaun Watson's out today. So my spread pick is to take the Texans plus 8.5, which will actually be my official pick, because every time you think something is going to go the way you think it's going to go, it never ends up that way. Don't forget. So Mike's going to be a little more conservative this one. He's taking the Titans on the money line at minus 3.5. All right, and we're on to the late games. All right, so our next game will be the Washington Redskins at the Dallas Cowboys. I think that 12.5 points is a lot to give up. So I think a lot of people might be looking at this game being over if the Eagles have a big lead where the Redskins could get a backdoor cover. But I think that my spread pick is to take the Cowboys minus 12.5. I think that maybe they want to play for Jason Garrett. I don't know how Jason Garrett still has a job. I mean, I think that he won't. Mike is predicting within 2 weeks he'll be fired. I agree with that. But my spread pick is to take the Cowboys minus 12.5, which will be my actual pick. And Mike is going to take the Redskins plus 12.5, which, like I said, that could very well be a backdoor cover game that could be screwing a lot of people out of getting a nice payout. But our last game will be the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks, the game of the week. And for some reason, I think the Seahawks are really good at home. They weren't good last week when they lost to the Cardinals, but I think they'll bounce back from that. So my spread pick will be the Seahawks plus 3. However, I'm going to take them outright to win the game. The Seahawks on the money line at 150. Mike will be going the opposite direction. Hopefully, whoever wins this game or whoever loses this game will be going to Philadelphia next week to play the Eagles. Mike thinks that the 49ers are going to win in Seattle on the money line at 175. They are the favorite. And we'll be going over with our now mega parlay. So this is for 6 points. So my mega parlay will be to take the Chiefs minus 400, Eagles minus 195, the Jets minus 110, and the Seahawks plus 150. That'll be a $10 bet. That'll get you $90.72 if you go on DraftKings right now, but you'll have to do a live bet for that. Mike's mega parlay for 6 points is to take the Chiefs minus 5.5 in the first half, Atlanta pick'em, 49ers minus 175, the Titans minus 385, which will be a $10 bet for $67.85. So this once again will get you 6 points. Whoever has a higher money win will get the 6 points if we both hit them, which most likely won't happen because we haven't hit one yet. So it's time for the show I've been waiting for. It's time for the karaoke punishment songs. And my karaoke punishment from Mike, he really hasn't made it official, but I know he wants me to sing Time to Say Goodbye by Andrea Bocelli. Will this be the week that I'll finally sing it? Could be. And now Mike's punishment song, this is a call out to my friend, shout out to my friend Pat, who sung this Total Eclipse of the Heart song back in college. So Mike will be singing Total Eclipse of the Heart when I beat him this week. So if you want to follow Mike on Twitter, you can do that at Mike Costello 48. He'll give you some prop bets every Sunday. These are his Costello picks that he's been nailing pretty much. So I would say check out Mike online if you want some good advice for his picks, for props, for his over-unders. And once again, for me, you can follow me on Twitter at _JoeIsLit, Facebook Joe is Lit, and on YouTube at Joe Otis. I'm also on TikTok now at Joe Otis is Lit, and Instagram at Joe Otis is Lit _. TikTok is pretty weird. I just put my Lit Eats videos up there. It's a bunch of high school girls that are on there. They're like, "Don't you think I'm sexy? Oh yeah!" And they make their little stupid music videos. Very weird looking, but kind of feel awful being on there. So we'll have some Lit Eats coming up for you soon. I think we might try Texas Pete's maybe today or tomorrow. And I like Sweet Baby Ray's. One of those will be up soon. So it's been a really hectic week for me. I had my son born on Wednesday. He barely sleeps in the middle of the night. He's up crying. And pretty tired for it. So thank you guys for tuning in. Sorry for the late notice on this one. I just want to get back my feet, dip my feet in the water with this, and we'll see how it goes from here. And stay tuned for more content, and always stay lit. Thanks. Bye.